Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Music Theory Mondays. Today we're going to be talking about the circle of fifths, what it is, and how to use it. All right, now if you look at the diagram on screen, you'll notice we have a graph that's in the shape of a circle, hence the circle of fifths. The reason we call it the circle of fifths as opposed to any other number is because what we're going to be doing here is taking the key of C as the foundation, and we're going to go up from there by a fifth to get to the next scale. So if you're in the key of C, you have all natural notes. If you go up to the fifth note of that key, you'll get to G. If you play the G scale, you get one sharp, right? The fifth of G is D. You play the D scale, you have two sharps. You get to the fifth of D, you get A. You play the A scale, you have three sharps. So as you can see, with every new scale in the circle of fifths, you're adding one new sharp. You're taking the previous sharp or sharps with you to the next scale and adding a new one. Now, my personal approach with the circle of fifths is to look at it in terms of the fifth relationship until you get to the key of F. All right? So C to G, G to D, D to A to E, E to B, and then at that point, we're going to go to F, and we're actually going to reverse the direction and call it the circle of fourths. And the reason I like to look at it this way is because if you're playing the major scales, specifically on piano, if you start on C and you work your way up to B, you'll go from no sharps or flats to five sharps with the key of B, okay? At that point, we're then going to play the remainder of those 12 major scales, but we're going to be spelling those sharps and flats as flats, not sharps. And the distance between those scales is now a fourth. So from B, we've exhausted all the sharps. Now we're going to go to the key of F. The key of F has one flat. You go up a fourth, you get B flat. The key of B flat has two flats. You go up a fourth, you get to E flat. The key of E flat has three flats, and so on until you get to G flat, which has all of the flats, similar to the key of B, which has all of the sharps. The other thing is, what's really cool about ending on the G flat at the end is that the G flat kind of splits the octave, right? From C to C, G flat is right in the middle, that's your tritone. Anyway, the whole point of knowing the circle of fifths, in terms of learning your scales, it's a really good tool to know what scale comes next and to learn your sharps and flats. Anybody who can memorize the notes of all the scales is really going to find that that's the best way. Even if you're playing guitar and you're learning shapes, if you could just memorize all those individual notes and all their individual spellings, whether it's a sharp or a flat, that really is the best way to absorb theory, because this is the foundation for things that are much more complicated in the future. I think that about covers it. If anybody has any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.